crises linked to vaping are on the rise nationwide. 22 teens have recently been hospitalized, including some in the ICU.
So what do parents need to know to keep their kids safe? Here to help answer that question is family and emergency medicine expert, Dr. Janette Nesheiwat. Thank you for joining us this morning. We appreciate it. Someone made a good point in a conversation I was having last week that it took us so long to be able to learn the actual dangers of cigarettes, more specifics about the dangers. It could be a long time until we actually learn the dangers of vaping.
Absolutely. That's why we have to take precautions, because we're still studying and still learning and still researching the effects of inhaling these chemicals, these toxins, and how they affect our bodies, and especially how they're affecting children. We see so many young teenagers and kids that are hospitalized on ventilators in the ICU after vaping. And just yesterday here in New York, the health department issued an advisory warning linking vaping with severe lung damage. So something's going on, and we definitely have to tackle it, because it's an epidemic that's growing.
That's scary.
Let's take a look at some of the numbers here, cases per state. And again, this is involving teens, which at the end of the day, they're still kids. Cases per state: Minnesota 4, Wisconsin 12, Illinois 6. Okay, those are those numbers. What happens in the lung when one vapes?
Okay, so what happens is, especially in young people, because the lungs and the brain of young people are still developing up until about age 21. That's why we're seeing this mainly in younger people. So you inhale these chemicals. Usually what's in a vape product, you have solvents like propylene glycol, you have the nicotine, you have the flavorings. And when they combine together, it's possible that that's what's causing an irritant and inflammation in their lungs. Now, it's also possible that they're maybe putting other things in the vape. It could be marijuana, it could be some other type of drug, or
like different flavors, and you don't know what's in that.
Absolutely. So when you have these mixtures of chemicals, individually they might not be harmful, but you mix them together, they're heated up, and it could be causing inflammation and irritation to the lungs, putting them in respiratory distress. And again, we're seeing this in the young folks because their lungs aren't fully developed. Their airways are more sensitive than older people. And that's why we are, wondering what's going on here. But in all fairness, for those people that do vape, it can help them quit regular cigarette smoking if it's used properly.
Right, but you wonder if it's just a Band-Aid that you're putting on it because you don't truly know the full effects of it.
Absolutely. So some people have had success using vaping to quit smoking, but we don't know all the side effects, the long-term side effects. It's still harmful. We should avoid vaping and smoking altogether, but it's important to know the risk factors and what it can cause: pneumonia, bronchitis, upper respiratory tract infections, that sort of thing.
3.6 million youth here in the U.S. using e-cigs.
And
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
It is. And, so many people do it. Middle schoolers, kids do it. Sometimes parents don't even know that it's going on. And that's why they need to look for, if their child complains of chest pain, a shortness of breath, or fatigue, or weakness, get them seen right away before their symptoms worsen.
Dr. Nesheiwat, thank you for joining us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.